Okay, good morning, Jihan. It is so great that you've joined me here today. I've literally just pulled you off a stand. I think what your story is very, very interesting. So do you want to give me a couple of minutes on who you are, the company you're from, and how you got there?
Sure. My name is Jihan Abass. I'm the CEO and co-founder at Lami. We're based actually out of Nairobi, Kenya. And what we're trying to do is really democratize access to insurance. One of the problems in Africa is that there's a very low insurance penetration level. It's less than 3%. So our goal was to really build a digital, end-to-end digital distribution platform to enable businesses and individuals to be able to access insurance products very easily and in an affordable way.
Absolutely phenomenal. Talk to me a little bit about the types of products that you're involved with and what your penetration is. Have you seen a difference? How old are you?
Yeah, so we launched our first product in January 2020. Since then, we've been able to grow our footprint into Uganda as well, which is a neighboring country. And I think one of the most interesting things is that, we saw that one of the biggest values that we can add is really just breaking up payment options, for providing various kinds of payment options for people, because, a lot of people in Africa don't earn a lot. So we try to create, very simple payment plans to actually enable them to be onboarded on some of these products, because it's not that they can't afford it, they just cannot afford to pay everything up front. So far, we've insured over 100,000 people through Lami, and we hope that we're going to try to expand into additional African countries this year and next year as well.
And are you predominantly sort of domestic products or commercial products, or both?
So we do two main product lines. One is mostly so we have two distribution channels. One is B2B2C and one is B2B. Yeah. So on B2B, we focus on SMEs because they're excluded from a lot of the traditional insurance offered in Kenya. So we offer business lines for small businesses, which is medical insurance plans, workman's compensation, those kinds of products. And then on the retail side, we offer predominantly medical insurance and motor insurance.
How did you get into it? What was your kind of background? Where was your epiphany that came and went, I know, I'm going to democratize insurance for the African industry?
So I grew up actually in Kenya, but I was living and working in finance in the UK. So I used to be a trader before. And basically, I just went on holiday to Kenya and had a conversation with a waiter who told me he didn't have medical insurance. And then from there, when I started doing research, I started to find a lot of crazy things that, there's so many insurance providers, but people are not actually, the insurance is not reaching them. It's not reaching the individuals. So from there, I decided to quit my job and move back. And that's how I decided to set up Lami. Yeah.
That's absolutely incredible. So you've mentioned payment upfront as a barrier to insurance in Africa. Are there any other barriers?
One of the biggest barriers is lack of trust towards the insurance industry as a whole, and then also cultural differences, because insurance is not, from a cultural standpoint, it's not really considered that important because, again, it's, how do I say it? Like, people say that, they trust in God, so they don't want to buy insurance products, right? So that's one of the biggest hurdles for us is, okay, how do we get people educated on the benefits of insurance? Because in Africa, people are often reliant on single sources of income, but they're not protecting these sources of income. So actually one thing could go wrong and the trajectory of a whole family, changes. So we're trying to see how we can educate, get people informed on the benefits to actually ensure that, they see the value.
So the sort of the way insurance is valued and perceived is a global problem in many, many ways. Specifically so in Africa, from what you're saying. How do we get this message across? Because the insurance industry is very good at telling the insurance industry how good the insurance industry is, right? But if you are non-insurance, why on earth would you listen to insurance rhetoric? So how do you get that message to the people that need to hear it?
So we try to just create products that actually fit the needs of people. So not that the products, a lot of companies in Africa, they have the same products that they've been selling for 50 years, 60 years. So our goal was to look at the products, assess the needs, and then, try and fit the needs of today with the right kind of products. And hopefully from there, once somebody has a good experience, they have an easy onboarding journey, their claims process actually works. We hope that from there we'll be able to grow.
What would you say, personally and professionally, your biggest learning has been since January 2020 when you launched this?
When we first started, our main distribution method was insurance APIs.
Yeah.
So the biggest learning for us was that Africa is not ready yet for that kind of distribution channel. So we had to see how we could adjust and provide like purchase flows and actually adjust to the market in a way as we wait for the market to further develop to be ready for things like APIs.
And what developments are you seeing in insurance in Africa?
We're seeing a lot more insurtechs coming up. I think that's the main difference. That when I first started, there was no insurtech. We were like one of three. So now we're seeing a lot more, which is interesting. We're also seeing a lot of changes in how regulators are viewing insurtechs, and I think that's been really positive because they're really encouraging the ecosystem. And we're also seeing a change in how insurance companies perceive us. I think in the beginning they were seeing a lot of insurtechs as competition, but now they see us more as collaborators to actually help them reach their goal of selling more insurance products to people.
Fabulous. I'm blown away by your story. I think it's fabulous. You went on holiday, you spoke to a waiter, and then you changed your entire life. So I think it's fabulous. I will look forward to seeing where you go because I think what you're doing is incredible. And I'd like to thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you very much.